أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. This is the last portion of this speech, very short. So, all in all, the fitrah that is in us, which is a package of spiritual configuration that contains in it then the mithaq, or the agreement, the covenant that we made with Allah Azza wa Jal before we got here, that is still living in us subconsciously. And we have to try to exude faith and belief and pure guided rational intellect to be of those who benefit in this life and the next. We cannot be those who follow rationale. They follow rationale devoid of logic. You're following something that makes that's given to you in a rational way, but in reality, in detail, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And when you question these things, you're told you can't ask those type questions. You just gotta believe. No. Allah, the Most High, He wants us to understand enough of who He is, and then why He tells us to do things or not do things. He wants us to understand that. Yes. In the last part, Allah says, فَأَقِيمْ وَجْهَكَ لِلدِّينِ حَنِيفًا فِطْرَةَ اللَّهِ الَّتِي فَطَرَ النَّاسَ عَلَيْهَا لَا تَبْدِيلَ لِخَلْقِ اللَّهِ ذَلِكَ الدِّينُ الْقَيِّمُ وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. He says, so turn your face towards Dinu Hanifa. In your face is this thing here. In Arabic it's called the Nasiya. I think in science it's called the frontal brain something. One kid told me, I just forgot it. But it's the frontal part of your brain that determines whether to do something. It analyzes whether to do something or not do something. Orientate that thing to follow Dinul Hanifa. Dinul Hanifa is the religion that is upright. Hanifa has a root word, hunafa, which means you have a natural inclination to do good, to do right, to be right-minded. Follow that religion. Orientate yourself to follow that way of life. He says, فِطْرَةَ اللَّهِ الَّتِي, the nature that Allah put in us. Follow that nature. لَا تَبْدِيلَ لِخَلْقِ اللَّهِ. You cannot alter, you cannot avoid that nature. The nature of the human being is to worship. If not guided properly, we worship anything. You got people, they worship rats, worship snakes, worship dogs, worship frogs, worship the devil. I'm just saying, if the fitrah is not guided properly, not nurtured properly, it'll worship anything. Money, women, men, whatever. Power. So no. Try to reorient is not a word. I looked it up in the dictionary. But reorient ourselves to follow the way of Dinul Hanifa, the upright way of living. You see, this is fulfilling then the mithaq, the agreement, the contract, the promise that we made to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I pray that all of us benefit from the words that you've heard. And actually, I want to emphasize there was an original yes with all of us. When Allah says, Alastu bi rabbikum? Am I not your Rabb? And we all said, Bala, emphatic yes. In Arabic. The Quran, the last revelation, is in Arabic. So when you talk in Arabic to anybody, Muslim or not, you're still talking to their soul that understands exactly what you're talking about. When I talk to people in general, I say I'm going to talk to your soul first, then I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to your mind. And I'll quote the information from the Quran in Arabic if I can, and then I'll explain to them what it means. Yes, so they can rationally understand what I'm talking about. Yes, you see, and ultimately the Quran calls everyone to right conduct, good conduct, controlling the self. You see, being right-minded, following the natural self. The natural human being is a good individual. Naturally, we're not born sinners. We were born with a natural goodness. You see babies laughing and what have you. Why? Because they went that transitional period, but they still got some connection to that world of souls. Yes. And, after so long, they become detached. In other words, detached from their baby lifestyle to a 5, 6-year-old. They still have that connection. When they get 20, if they're living good, they still got the connection. If not, then some work needs to be done. None of us are perfect. We all need to ask Allah to forgive us and have mercy upon us, give us protection from the punishment in the grave. Everything. We need all the help we can get from Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Please, brothers and sisters, cry and beg Him, not in public, by yourself. No one's around, and you're praying and your face is on the ground. But be serious with your prayer. That's my point. And ask Allah, the Most High, to guide you, to guide us, to forgive us, to have mercy upon us. Assalamu alaikum.